Hi students, how are you? I hope each one among you are doing great and well. Welcome to Supnit's classes. This is Rahmat Latif, your biology educator. In this video, we are going to learn about this is the last session of digestion and absorption. So in this session, we are going to learn about disorders of digestive system. Okay. So without wasting any time, let's get started. Disorders of digestive system, we have lot of disorders of digestive system. Okay, so many people might have gone through these disorders of digestive system. We will learn what are basically disorders of digestive system. First of all, the inflammation means swelling. Whenever any person has inflammation in their intestinal tract, that is basically because of viral or bacterial infection. I'll write it here. If any person is has been gone through or is going through inflammation in in intestinal tract, that is mainly because of bacterial or viral infections. Inflammation in intestinal tract is mainly because of bacterial or viral infections, in anybody's intestine. Okay. So these bacterial or viral infections are mainly caused by parasites. These infections are mainly caused by parasites. These infections are mainly caused by parasites to the intestine. Like we have so many intestinal parasites like tapeworm, roundworm, threadworm, hookworm, pinworm, etc. I'll write it here. I'll write here about the parasites, okay? Parasites of intestine, or we can call them intestinal parasites of intestine. We have lot of parasites like hookworm, we have pinworm, we have threadworm, we have roundworm, okay? We have hookworm, pinworm, roundworm, threadworm, so on and so forth. These are the parasites. These parasites, tapeworm, roundworm, threadworm, hookworm, pinworm, what they cause bacterial or viral infections, and through these bacterial or viral infections, inflammation of intestinal tract occurs. Okay, we have so many disorders of the digestive system. We will learn them one by one. Okay, first one is jaundice. First disorder of digestive system is jaundice. And in jaundice, God forbidden, liver is affected. First one is jaundice. In jaundice, mainly liver is affected because bile pigments, bile is produced by liver, but that is stored in gallbladder. And in bile, we have some bile pigments like bilirubin, biliverdin, so on and so forth. So in this jaundice, what happens basically, liver is affected and skin and eyes turn yellow. Skin and eyes turn yellow because of that deposition of bile pigments. In jaundice, liver is affected, skin and eyes turn yellow due to deposition of bile pigments. Okay, I hope this first disorder of digestive system is clear. Let me erase it. This was the first disorder of digestive system. We will learn about another one. Another one is diarrhea. Another one is diarrhea. What happens in diarrhea? Basically, it's the abnormal frequency of bowel movement. Basically, what happens during diarrhea? Liquidity of fecal discharge. Liquidity increase in diarrhea. Liquidity of fecal matter. Liquidity of fecal matter increases. In diarrhea, liquidity of fecal matter increases, due to which, and in diarrhea, frequent bowel movement occurs, because in diarrhea, what happens basically, there is reduction in absorption of food material. Okay. It reduces the reduction of absorption of food material. That's why this diarrhea occurs, reduction of absorption of food material. I hope this concept is clear. Another disorder is constipation. What happens in constipation? In diarrhea, frequent bowel movement occurs. A person urges or desires to went to defecation again and again, right? But in constipation, what happens? Feces, or we can say fecal matter, is retained within the colon, and bowel movement occurs irregularly, not on regular basis. Okay. Then we have indigestion. Indigestion simply means when food products are not digested properly. Okay. So since digestion doesn't take place properly, that's why we call it as indigestion. And the causes of indigestion is mainly inadequate enzyme secretion. That is, enzyme secretion doesn't take place properly. Somebody is going through anxiety, in those persons, also indigestion will take place. Food poisoning has been happened to somebody, indigestion will take place. Somebody is overeating, okay, in those persons indigestion will take place. Spicy food, somebody is eating spicy food continuously, in those indigestion will take place. Okay. These were basically what these were basically disorders of digestive system. Okay, now we will see, we have a topic known as protein energy malnutrition. Protein energy malnutrition, which is also known as PEM. Protein energy malnutrition. Protein energy malnutrition, what happens in this? Basically, there's deficiency both of protein and energy. So in these disorders, what happens basically, we those persons who undergoes through this PEM, protein energy malnutrition, have definitely deficiency of proteins or total food calories. Okay, they have deficiency of food, deficiency of proteins, sorry, deficiency of proteins or total food calories. Either they have deficiency of proteins or total food calories. And where this PEM occurs, basically it occurs in underdeveloped countries, which don't have sufficient which don't have sufficient what we call it as sufficient resources in order to meet their dietary deficiencies. Okay, so they may mainly occur PEM mainly occur in underdeveloped countries, occurs in underdeveloped This occurs in underdeveloped countries, like we have so many examples. We have Southeast Asia, South America, West and Central Africa, okay, where the spam occurs. It is affecting a lot of population. Say, for example, any country has been gone through drought, okay, or any famine or political turmoil. What happens next to that country? They will not fulfill their population. That country will not fulfill their population to meet basic resources like food and all. That's why this malnutrition occurs. Protein energy malnutrition occurs. This basically has been happened in Bangladesh. This has been happened in Bangladesh during the Liberation War, and Ethiopia during severe drought and mid 80s. What happens now? PEM affects mainly children's, infants, okay, and thus those children's produce marasmus or kwashiorkor. PEM affects infants, thus causing PEM affects PEM affects infants, thus causing two disease, marasmus and kwashiorkor. Marasmus and kwashiorkor. Okay, so please keep it in mind. Marasms occur because of deficiency of proteins and calories. Both deficiency of proteins and calories. Kwashiorkor is produced by deficiency of its calorie deficiency, okay, not protein deficiency. It's calorie deficiency. But if anybody will ask you what happens in marasmus, there is deficiency of proteins and calories both. But in kwashiorkor, there is only deficiency of calories, okay. I hope this concept is clear. Very nice. Marasmus usually occur in those infants in which there is second pregnancy or childbirth, and obviously this is intimate, okay, pregnancy after first childbirth. So the first child is too young, second will undergo marasmus, okay. And in marasmus, what happens basically, there is not proper tissue development, because protein is ultimate source of all our tissue growth, cell growth. So in marasmus, there is no there is no tissue growth. There is no proper tissue growth. And what happens in marasmus? Skin becomes dry, thin and wrinkled. They seem to be at ease in their infant, in their toddler age. They seems to be in teens. Why? Because their skin becomes dry, thinning of limbs occur, thin and wrinkled skin becomes dry, thin and wrinkled, okay. And obviously development of brain will not occur properly, and mental faculties are impaired. Kwashiorkor is produced by protein. Sorry, kwashiorkor is produced by protein deficiency. I wrote here calorie deficiency. I don't know what I said, but kwashiorkor is protein deficiency. Okay, I'm sorry. Kwashiorkor is protein deficiency, and no calorie deficiency occur in this. So what happens basically? What happens in kwashiorkor What happens in kwashiorkor basically? It is a high calorie, low protein diet in child, and it occurs in more than 1 year in age. Marasmus occur less than 1 year in age. Okay. Kwashiorkor, what happens in kwashiorkor? Wasting of muscles took place, thinning of limbs took place, failure of growth, brain development will not take place properly. Okay. But in marasmus, what happened? There is thinning of skin, thinning of limbs, right? So on and so forth. But in marasmus, some fat is still left under the skin. Okay, in marasmus there were wrinkled skin, but in kwashiorkor some fat is still left under the skin. That's why some body parts are seen to be having edema or swelling. In kwashiorkor you might see that a person might have edema or swelling of body parts, but it's nothing like that. Why? Because there is some fat left under skin, so that's why sometimes we see it seems that the person is having edema or swelling. Please remember, marasmus take place occurs to the age group of less than 1 year, and kwashiorkor occurs in greater than 1 year. Okay, kwashiorkor marasmus will occur less than 1 year infant. Kwashiorkor will occur more than greater than 1 year old child. Okay, please remember, marasmus will occur in less than a 1 year infant, and kwashiorkor will take place in greater than 1 year old child. Okay, I hope this concept is clear. इसी के साथ our chapter is finished. Okay, I'll meet you in any other interesting session, in any other interesting chapter of obviously this human physiology, because we have started this series of human physiology. So I'll meet you in any other interesting session. Till then, goodbye, take care, thank you so much.